Okay, so I'm going to be showing off my new Lakka setup with a dual-core basic desktop computer, 64-bit, compared to my much older Dell computer with a Pentium 4 processor. It has an NVIDIA video card inside of it. It cost me $30–40, around that price. I'm guessing 35. It has a custom motherboard in it that I paid $45 for a few years back. I had it just laying around, and I decided to replace the OEM motherboard in this compact computer, actually, as a matter of fact, so I can unlock the extra core in what was originally a single core AMD processor, and is now dual core 64-bit. I'll show specs later on in the video, but the most important thing is showing off the new Lakka setup I have at 1080p. Just change the input here. There we go. Let's place my camera down right here. And there you go. I'm going to be using a wireless Xbox 360 controller connected by wireless USB wireless receiver. And here we go. Start off with, here are my Atari 2600 games. Some of them have box art, some of them don't. Here are my Famicom Disk System games. There's only 2. Game Boy Advance. Game Boy Color. Game Boy. There's a lot of Game Boy games. Nintendo 64, and I must emphasize the N64 emulation on this is awesome. It looks fantastic. I don't think there's any box art on any of the games though. Nintendo. Super Nintendo. There's no box art on this either. It looks like they have the icon of a Super Famicom cartridge, but this is my USA ROM set. Genesis, this is the 32X. Since there's not much games, I'll go through it a little slower. Seems like they all have box art. That's pretty cool. Sega Master System, no box art. Sega Genesis. Most, if not all, have box art. Now this, I'm not sure what it is. I believe it's the cards that you put in the Sega Master System. Or maybe the Mark III or something like that. All I know is I see Sega Lakka, Sega Flipper. You also say Japan, Europe, so I'm assuming Mark III. Or something earlier than that. I don't know. And this is, I'm guessing TurboGrafx 16. But I'm not sure. No box art. Alright, let me go to my recent games played list. Oh, also, I may as well show it off. If you want to get all these games showing like I have here, put your ROMs in a folder. I believe it's called the ROMs folder. You can put them all individually in their own each folders and then scan the folders, and we'll see if it'll have the box art for all the games. Right now I haven't scanned PS1, Sega CD, Sega Saturn, or MAME. I'm still not yet done, or Neo Geo. I'm still not yet done finishing this setup, but I'm showing it off now. And I'll start with my recently games played. Now this is in 1080p with minimal input lag. I mean, you really can't notice the input lag at all. It looks fantastic. So that's Mario. You can get right back to the menu with the guide button and right back to the game if you want. It gives you a whole bunch of options, save states. You can change the filter. This makes it look like an old composite, real hardware quality, and it really does look like the real thing. Complete with all the analog distortion. That's the video. RGB. I'm assuming this is what it would look like if you have the NES RGB. Doesn't look bad. And then you can turn it off. And then you can change the palettes to similar to the Play Choice 10 palette. And this is more noticeable in Super Mario Bros. 3. Yeah, you can see that it's a yellow screen. This RGB one's also, I'm considering garish or Play Choice 10. So both RGB and alternative look similar to Play Choice 10. Raw is not good at all. I don't know what this is about. Then you can go back to Consumer and Canon, and Nicole, however you pronounce that, both look similar. And then you can turn it off. And then you can change the palettes to similar to the Play Choice 10 palette. And this is more noticeable in Super Mario Bros. 3. So that's Mario. You can get right back to the game if you want. It gives you a whole bunch of options, save states. You can change the filter. This makes it look like an old composite, real hardware quality, and it really does look like the real thing. Doesn't look bad though. And I feel virtually no input lag. Almost feels like the real thing. Otherwise I wouldn't be doing this good. So there's no input lag, or very, very minimal input lag, at least from what I can tell, and I'm using a wireless controller, so that's very impressive. Let me move on to different systems. I'll get to GoldenEye, but now let me move on to Genesis. All the emulators look fantastic, and they're all in 1080p quality. Sounds great too. And as you can see, usually on the original hardware, you'll see rainbow banding. Right here, you don't see any on the waterfall at all. Okay, move on to Super Nintendo. Once again, I'm using my 360 controller for all these emulators, and it feels very comfortable, especially with the one with the good D-pad. Seems like LB and RB are the left and right buttons, shoulder buttons. Yeah, they are. Honestly, I can play this all day. It feels so similar to the real thing. I feel like I have all my retro consoles modded for 1080p output or something, or the FrameMeister. Now I'm gonna say total cost of this was $15 for the computer. No, matter of fact, I got the computer for free. Somebody gave it to me. $35 for the, I'm gonna say, I think, $70 total. I paid pretty much for the motherboard and the graphics card, the computer I got by itself, for free. This is all digital, outputting sound and video through the HDMI port of the graphics card, the NVIDIA graphics card. Now I'll show off N64 GoldenEye, which looks fantastic. Having a lot of fun with this, so playing it for a little bit longer than usual. Here's 32X, Knuckles Chaotix. I think I'll show off a different 32X game though. One that people are more familiar with.
Virtualizing.
And I'll show off one more game. I'm not going to show any Game Boy games, or any Atari games, but believe me, they all look just as good as all those games I just showed you. Super Mario 64.
It's me, Mario. Hello. Okie dokie. Yahoo! 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 Let's go. Here we go!
Okay, so that's it. And then from just the menu, you can shut down your computer. Or you can reboot it, as it says right there. And there it is. It's shut off. Here is the original computer. Or the computer I was using. It's a compact. Here's the original specs. Has an AMD Athlon II, 170U processor. I unlocked one of the cores to make it dual core. Here's the wireless receiver. And here's the back of the computer. Still stock power supply, because Lakka doesn't really need a monster computer. It doesn't need too much power. It just needs a dual core processor. And right here I have an NVIDIA graphics card. I only paid $35 for, with HDMI out. Alright, so that's it. That's my new Lakka setup compared to my old Dell computer with a Pentium 4 processor that was only outputting 480p.